Okay, I'm going to show you how not to text. This is a real message from a girl that I know. I made a video like this a few weeks ago too. Sometimes she'll show me her bad interactions on like text message or dating apps. You can see the video from a few weeks ago right here too. I'll put a screenshot of what it looks like. I'm going to break down this message best I can. And I don't even know how I'm going to even rip into this video yet, but just stick with me because I'll kind of show you how my mind works, and I'll also show you why this is just what I would call like low status communication completely, or like unattractive behavior. So this is the actual screenshot. This is what we have to go off of, okay? And this is also why you have to learn, understand, and master the language of women, because most guys clearly don't know this. So he goes, "Hi, sweetie pie." I mean, that's fine, I guess. Like, it's not bad. She put, "Hey there, handsome." You know, if you get into, like, that state of play, you know, where it's like, yeah, just like, "Oh, hi, sweetie pie." Like, it's not that bad, right? Dating should be fun. If you're not in a state of play, she's going to lose the vibe with you real quick. I don't care if you're a millionaire. I don't care if you're 7 feet tall. If you don't have that vibe and that, like, you know, fun state of play that you two would be in, you know, acting as if you two are kids again, you're gonna lose her, okay? That's just how it goes. If she feels like she's always just like, you know, has to be in this like adult mindset where everything's so logical and rigid, she starts to lose interest. So, "Hi, sweetie pie," I'd probably give that like, you know, a 7 out of 10. Okay, it's fine. And she replies, she put, "Hey there, handsome." So then he opens with a compliment. So he goes, "I love that you ski," okay? And then he sends a second message. "The snow conditions haven't been the best lately. I just got back from Flagstaff." She goes, "Any fun plans coming up this year for you?" Now, what you're going to notice right here is that the message about skiing was of no interest, and you're about to see why. When you try to go into conversation with women, especially digitally, it starts to sub-communicate that you probably can't lead, okay? You probably can't lead, or you probably don't know the direction of this conversation, which is why what you're going to notice on dating apps is women only filter for the top 5 to 10% of most attractive guys that they are matched with. If you don't fit that category for her, it's going to be virtually impossible, because this is the other thing. Dudes who have an attractive dating app profile, dudes who have like what I would even call like sex appeal, let's say, these dudes communicate differently, okay? She still responded, so she has interest. She thinks that he's handsome, or she thinks that his profile is attractive enough. So if you say, "Text me, I will plan us something fun," a lot of guys, when they are on these dating apps, they think that they have to string out the communication for so long, and they think that they have to keep trying to get to know her, and they think that they have to keep trying to make conversation, when really all this does is ruin your chances, okay, of demonstrating a significant amount of value and demonstrating that you have had options, or you have options, or that you're an attractive man. What it subconsciously communicates is, let me make up for my lack of attractiveness by keeping this conversation going and keep talking and talking and talking, okay? Men who have attractive dating app profiles know how to send the next message that creates mystery and intrigue in her mind, okay, to where she wants to take action or take that next step and maybe progress things off the dating app. So this is what I want you to remember. If you're on a dating app, the point is progression. Because if you have progression, it shows you know how to lead. Okay, if you have progression, it shows you know how to lead. If you know how to lead, you're in a masculine state. And we do this by saying things that leads to the phone number, not things that leads to keep having to talk about skiing. Well, here's the thing. What you're trying to do through the entire process of what I would call the funnel is you're trying to increase your odds and increase your chances of her wanting to meet you in real life. And the way you do this is by using a variety, okay, of attraction triggers and communication options, okay? Like, you have good photos. Now all of a sudden, maybe you send voice messages so she can now hear how you sound. All of a sudden, maybe you two have a phone call or a FaceTime call, and let's say now she likes you. Okay, well, notice now there's all these little things, and you're odds of her wanting to meet you in real life goes up significantly. Okay, so from the dating app, if your profile is attractive enough with attractive enough pictures and you look captivating and attractive, the next step now is dialing in your digital communication in order to make sure that she wants to now progress things off of this app. By you sitting there and in this situation talking about skiing and all this, all you're doing is you're subconsciously communicating that you don't know what to do in order to progress this to the next step, which is actually meeting up. Keep in mind, the belief that I want you to have, the belief that I want you to understand is that women want to meet up with you in real life if they think you are attractive. So all of you guys, okay, or a lot of guys who constantly say things like, oh, women just use dating apps for attention. Women just, women aren't serious on dating apps. No, they're not serious with you because you don't know what to text message. You don't know what to say to get her to want to see you in real life. Okay, so you're going to notice when you start having conversation, okay, when you go into conversation with women digitally, instead of staying above the conversation and leading to the next step in the funnel, what tends to happen is what you see right here. Even though she replied, her subconscious female nature hardwiring is turned off by it just slightly. If you don't say and do the right things that demonstrates attraction triggers, naturally they close off because they see that you are just not that guy. Okay, this next message that he sends also does not signal a lot of value. So she goes, any fun plans coming up this year for you? So it's like, what I almost view here is like she's giving him another chance. She's giving him another chance. Like, he could say something of value right here. He could sit back for 10, 15, 20 minutes or even an hour or even a few hours or even a day whenever it finally comes to him or whenever he gets around to checking the app. Okay? But he responds right away the next morning when he wakes up, which means he did something, I would say a bit impulsively. He sent the next message impulsively, and he actually didn't put very much thought into it. If you put just working hard, that does not signal value. This next message signals absolutely no value. If you say just working hard, she goes, any fun plans coming up this year for you, ? It's like she's giving him a chance. And notice she says fun plans. Fun plans means something fun. That means literally anything besides just working hard. Just working hard would be literally the opposite of fun. Like, you got to put two and two together here. It's like she threw him another line to say, hey, here's another chance where you can say something or do something that will captivate me. You can say something or you can do something or you can message something that signals to me that you have an attractive life or signals that there's some type of value here that I can't get anywhere else. But instead he goes, just working hard. Woman can find that anywhere. You know, the dude working down the street at the gas station, even the doctor, even me, you know, anybody, you can pull up that day or wake up and say, yeah, just working hard. Anybody can do that. That's not captivating. And you can see she still even replied. Just even the fact that she replied to this, like, what I can tell you is, like, it's not like she is being difficult to talk to. If anything, she seems easy to talk to, right? She's still replying. Most women on dating apps, a lot of times, if you start to make mistakes like this, they will not even give you the time of day. They will not even give you a chance. So the fact that she called him handsome in the beginning, it's like she had some interest right there. She thought he looked appealing. She thought the profile looked good. But when you start driving down your dating value, when you start lowering your status that much, another thing is just talking and communicating too much. You don't need to talk about how the snow conditions haven't been the best lately and all this stuff. When you start saying this stuff, when you start over communicating, when you start saying sentences that don't need to be there, it signals to the woman that you're the type of man that has to say all this to make up for your lack of dating appeal. Let me say all this extra stuff to hopefully get you to buy into conversation with me, so that way now you want to talk to me, and you can see it doesn't work. And she put nice. So after he put just working hard, which I would say is like literally a 0 out of 10 as far as value of what you could say right here. Like, you could have said anything. Yeah, I got a vacation coming up. Yeah, I'm doing this. Friends, bachelor party in XYZ location. Oh yeah, I'm taking my whole family to the Bahamas. Anything that signals you got some type of value outside of just working hard. Like, your job is to create a captivating life. Your job is to create an attractive life. Your job on a dating app would be to create an environment that is better than all of the other options that she possibly could match with. In some way, shape, or form, the app is a competition. How do you stand out? How do you make yourself appealing? You do it through a variety of ways. You do it through good pictures. You do it by taking care of yourself and being an attractive man. You do it through the right prompts. But then when it gets right down to it, you do it through the right messages. And if you don't say the right things, that gets her to want to have mystery and intrigue, to want to keep talking to you, okay? If you're not working your way down the next step of what I would call the funnel, okay, which is getting on a phone call or getting on a FaceTime call or exchanging numbers to where she actually wants to hear your voice and talk to you. If you can't do that, you are going to have a terrible time on these apps because you have not yet learned, understood, and mastered the language of women. You are still communicating in a way, in a manner that signals low value, that signals low status, that ultimately signals that you don't know what you're doing, or you're not an attractive option, or you don't necessarily know how to communicate in a way that an attractive man would in the first place. All of these things, this is what I got to tell you about female nature. All of these things are happening subconsciously. You as the man, you are the active energy. You're the active energy. You're putting out energy. You're putting out words. You're putting out communication into the world. She's going to decide for herself how she reads and interprets that energy, if she wants to receive that energy or not. And what you're going to find with women is that when you do not do the right things, she will naturally close off to you. This is not even like a conscious thing she's deciding. Internally, she goes, yeah, not it. Internally, she goes, just not interested in him. Internally, she goes, next. It's not even something that she can necessarily help. She will just start to close off. This is why every message, especially on a dating app, is very important, because line by line, you're either signaling high status and high value, or line by line, you are slowly digging your value down to zero. Keep that in mind before you let those fingertips, you let those thumbs run loose. So she goes, nice, just working hard, signals no value, it signals no status. Now, this is the part that I found was hilarious. You can tell at this point, in my opinion, that the dude is probably butthurt or the dude is upset. He's upset probably that all he got in return was nice. So you go, sorry, I'm not looking to date nor any relationship at the moment. And in my opinion, the only reason that the dude did this was to attempt to create some type of artificial or fake status or fake disinterest that says, oh, I'm not really interested in you anymore. And this couldn't be further from the truth, because his opening message was, hi, sweetie pie. So he definitely thought she was cute. He also loved that she skied. And he was talking about these snow conditions. To all of a sudden flip the script and then go, sorry, not looking to date nor in your relationship at the moment. In no way, shape, or form are you going to be able to now signal disinterest to create artificial desire that she would have for you. You have already done the damage and signaled now that you're disappointed how this text message sequence went. And this is why it is so important to learn, understand, and master the language of women. It is so important. The reason why I created this process to help you learn, understand, and master the language of women was to prevent this. Because if you see this, listen, just listen to me closely. If you have a woman replying to you in the first place, she has some interest, let alone if she called you handsome. Hey there, handsome. If she returned a compliment, if he said, hi, sweetie pie, and she was nice enough now to return the compliment and say, hey, handsome, and start to play into this, if you fumble this, it is on you. Because you as the man, you are the active energy, you are the lead. You are going to determine the frame of the communication patterns of these sentences to create the vibe or to create the environment that she would want to buy into. And you either know how to do this or you don't. And line by line, as you dig your status down to zero, as you dig your attractiveness down to zero, line by line, she naturally closes off to you. And at this point, what you have to understand is this. The only reason that this guy put sorry, not looking to date nor any relationship at the moment, why this is probably completely false, and he's just doing this to try to appear disinterested because he can see how negatively this is going as her desires dropping line by line. This is what I can tell you. She knows that this is BS. Like, her subconscious is going to know that this is a total lie for this specific reason. If he actually wasn't interested in dating, if he actually wasn't interested in a relationship, not only would he not message back in the first place, but he probably would have just deleted the app, or he probably wouldn't have responded at all, let alone take time out of his day now to try to do something like that. This whole thing is an absolute disaster. And this is why no matter what, year by year, I stay consistent with these videos to help you learn, understand, and master the language of women, which is why at this point in the video, I want you to take that next step and join us inside of the community that I built for you. Inside of that community, you're going to see the language of women process, and what happens, what you're going to notice, is I created an entire process. Hey, this is what you do when it comes to front-end game. This is how to act and how to communicate when you first meet the woman. Step by step, I lay it all out for you. Then I show you, hey, this is what to do during mid-game or middle game, right? This is what to do on the first 1 to 3 dates. This is how you act. This is how you navigate the situation. This is how you operate. Right here, bang. I just lay it all out for you. And then I even show you what to do when it comes to back-end game, how to manage a successful long-term relationship. When you encompass this whole thing, that is the relationship as a whole. What to do when you first meet, what to do in the first 1 to 3 dates, and then how to carry out the dynamic long term. That is the language of women. I created this whole thing and packaged it up in one system. Go and check that out. Join us inside of that community. Stop making these mistakes. Every single time you're on a dating app and you make another one of these mistakes with another woman that doesn't have interest in you simply because you move your fingertips wrong and you say the wrong things, there is things you can fix. There is things you can learn. There is things you can do to understand how to communicate the right things properly. And you're not going to learn how to do this. You're not going to know how to do this until you take that next step and invest in your own self and in your own self-education and actually say, hey, I'm not where I want to be, but I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to take that next couple months or that next couple years or however long it takes for you to get to the success path that you want. And you can't give up. Because that guy right there, there's a chance he might make 101 different excuses. Oh, you know, women on these dating apps, they just don't reply. It's like, no, they don't reply to you because you don't know what to do and you're not doing the right things that communicates attractiveness. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.